Welcome to Baker Dave Presents. We're here today at Temple University in the kitchens at Johnson and Hardwick Hall. It's a working kitchen. We might hear some noises, there might be some people in the background. Today I have my special guest, Mrs. Dawn Ramos, and she has brought with her her granny's recipe for sour cream coffee cake coming right up. Welcome, Dawn Ramos. How you doing?
Good, Baker Dave. How are you?
So this is pretty exciting. We've been friends for a while. I mean,
yes,
how long have you worked here? Probably the whole time I worked here, right?
Actually, I've been at the university 31 years.
Way longer than I worked here.
Just a little bit.
So.
How long have you been here, Baker Dave?
Maybe 16. About half.
Nice. Okay.
Half the time you were here, I was here.
Okay.
But you've always been in the same department, or?
I have not. No, I started over the Measurement and Research Center.
The what?
Measurement and Research Center.
Like you research measurements?
Yeah, well, we gave tests. We gave institutional and national testing for the university, so that was kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
And then I switched
I'm picturing
over.
you with like scales, trying to figure out if a pound is really a pound.
It's more grading and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So it was more placement testing and like SAT tests
Right.
and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. So then I went to computer services, stayed there for a while, and then I've been at Klein College now for November. It'll be 15 years.
So the whole time I was here.
Yeah.
So perfect. That's where I've always known you, so
Yes.
that makes perfect sense.
Yes.
And what do you do there? You're
Actually, my title is Director for Administration. I do a lot of the events, graduation, and our Lou Klein Alumni and Media Awards.
I do remember those awards every year.
So that's a fun time. That's our
fun.
annual fundraiser.
Yeah.
So and then I do scheduling and anything else that pops up.
Whatever exciting thing. So what recipe did you bring this week?
Actually, it's my granny's sour cream coffee cake.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
What's the significance?
The significance of
The
Grandma?
cake. I mean, is this her one cake? Did she do a lot of things?
She did a lot of things.
Was this only at Christmas time? Like what was this?
This was when she wanted to make a cake that would last a long time. Because she always made it in a big pan. So
Okay.
so once she made it, it would last, more than a week. She had like this little.
More than a week.
Yeah, well, we just did little slices of cake. We weren't eating like the whole half.
Did she put it in the freezer though? Like I
No,
feel like it would get
actually-
stale after a
no,
while.
actually, she would have this lasagna pan that she baked it in, and it had a plastic lid to it.
Uh-huh.
So it stayed fresh.
And she
with
left it on the
lid.
counter?
Yep, we did not put it in the fridge.
This is the old days for sure.
Yes. So this is only one of the great things. She used to make kiffles and strudel and stuff.
I don't even know what that is.
They're like German pastries that had jelly and nuts and
I do
stuff.
know what that is. I take it back. As a pastry chef, I for sure knew what that was.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard the word. I just wasn't 100%
Yeah,
sure.
so I thought, I wanted to make something that she made often, even though she was
Okay.
really good at the other stuff, but that was more holiday time. And
This was any time.
yeah, so I am not the baker. I helped her when I was young, but something that certainly didn't
Is it one of
stick
those
with me.
recipes where it's like just a handful of this and
Yeah.
a little bit of this and-
Yeah. Pretty much.
they're the best, right?
Yes,
My grandmother
they are.
had lots of recipes like that. So
Yes.
how about you? Are you from Philly originally? Is this
I
like
am.
your
Yes.
born and raised?
I am born and raised in Philly. Yep.
Your whole life? Never left?
Nope,
Did you
never
leave?
left.
Did you go to school somewhere else? Or
No, I went to school in Philadelphia, and then when I started working at Temple many years ago, like I explained earlier, I did my education here.
Okay.
So an alumna at the College of Liberal Arts
Okay.
twice. So
Twice?
yeah, I got my Bachelor of Arts, and then I got my Master of Liberal Arts.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have to do a plug-in for my son. He's graduating in December, also from the College
wow.
of Liberal Arts, and he is majoring in criminal justice. So it's an exciting time for the
Does he have
Ramos
plans?
family. He has some, we'll see.
So they all have plans, right?
Yes.
All right, so I guess we can start making some cake.
Okay, great.
What's anything special about this cake? Is it just a basic cake?
I think it's just a basic cake.
So if it is a typical cake, we're gonna take our butter.
Okay.
Lots of butter.
Lots of butter.
Sugar.
Nice.
Dump that in. The sugar is going to break the butter up. You might want to, well, you might be able to do it with this. Yeah, the butter's nice and soft.
Soft.
Go ahead and mix that up. Again, I love using hand tools because I like the idea that you don't need an expensive mixer to make anything that we do here. I don't think I've done that. I don't think I've used a mixer yet.
Granny used to use a mixer.
I'm sure she did. But maybe you don't have a mixer. You've got some poor college kids. You can make this anywhere you've got the ingredients. You don't need a mixer for it.
Okay.
So the sugar is like sandpaper. It's going to actually break the butter down a little bit. If you use the mixer, it'll become whiter because you'll incorporate some air into it. This is called the creaming method, for those that don't know.
This was a lot more work than I remember.
I'm seeing you're not quite as far as I thought you'd be. You want some help there?
I do, thank you.
Okay, so we're just breaking this down real quick, and then you've got your baking soda and your salt. You can add that at any point. I like to add it in the beginning because I like to make sure it gets well mixed in there, right? Does that look about right?
Looks about right.
This is the same stage you would have for a cookie, for any cake, for pretty much anything.
Okay.
How about, do you make this at home?
I do not. I haven't made it since my granny passed away 22 years ago. So
Wow.
this is exciting for me. But I thought, what better way to revisit
Celebrate.
than to do it with Baker Dave.
Right? Are we gonna get emotional?
No.
Okay, good. Usually your next thing you're gonna add is eggs. And you wanna mix those pretty quick. Look at that. Nobody wants shell, right?
Nope.
All right, unless you've had shell in it, I'm not sure.
Probably.
So the eggs are typically cold, and they're gonna make your butter start setting up. So if you don't do it quickly, then you might have what are you doing? You're trying to give it to me?
I thought I wasn't quick enough.
You're not
I
quick
thought you were
enough,
like
but I
grabbing
still wanted you to do it quickly. It'll actually
why
make it
I'm-
look kind of like cottage cheese.
That's why I'm not the baker.
But you could be. That's
I
the
could
point.
be.
This is so easy.
I know.
All right, I'll help you a little bit.
Thank you.
Are you getting tired?
No.
Is this more work than you usually do?
Yes.
You usually try to avoid work? Are you one of those
I
people?
don't
or-
bake.
I just meant in real life.
No. I like to be busy.
That's good. That's good. So you're married?
I am married.
You've got just the one kid that's graduating? Or
I
you got...
do just have one kid
So
that's
you're almost...
graduating.
Oh, you already are kind of an empty nester, but not really. You're seeing
No,
him still.
he's home.
Is there,
He's not going anywhere.
Is there a
My husband
wedding
says,
or
no, he's got a girlfriend, but
grandchildren on the horizon?
no kids.
Is he planning on staying around here? Do you know what his plans are?
I don't know. As long as it has to do with money and rent, he'll probably be staying home.
So he'll pay you rent to stay in your house?
Yes.
That'll be nice.
Probably not a lot,
You
but
hear that, Melody? You should pay some rent to stay in the house. I think most kids tend to have to come back home nowadays.
I agree.
Got our cinnamon. She put the cinnamon right in.
She did.
I gotta
And
be
on
honest,
top.
I don't see that very often.
No.
Usually people do like the cinnamon
Because
swirliness.
it was like a darker cake. It wasn't like your vanilla cake.
And
So
then
she did in the cake and on top.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mix that in.
Mix this in.
Did you
This
seriously think I was going to take over?
Yeah, I like that.
You like having a helper?
Yes.
You have any questions for me? What were your...
Oh. Well, you already answered. You've been here for 16 years.
Oh, that's it?
No. So where are you from originally?
Ohio. I'm from Ohio.
Ohio.
This sounds like something we would make back home.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, the other day my parents came to visit. This is a side note. And
And your parents are still in Ohio?
I love my parents. Yes, they're
Okay.
still in Ohio. I love my parents. Let's start with that. But they brought me Mackinac Island fudge because that's what we grew up on.
Okay.
And I've lived out here long enough I eat fudge and stuff from the shore here. And I thought that's pretty much how fudge tastes. I'm sure it's nothing special. I haven't had it in 20 years probably. That fudge is nothing like the fudge we have here.
No.
It totally took me back. Like hopefully this does the same thing, but it was amazing. Like I should have brought you some. I didn't, but then because
That's
then you would
okay.
have eaten some and I'd have less. I'm not like I only have so much of it, but if you ever get the chance, it's a totally different experience. Do you feel like that's mixed enough?
I do.
I'm just going to add the flour to it right now while you're.
Okay.
There's no reason for you to stop.
That's perfect.
Right?
Yep.
The other cool thing about this is you don't have milk in it.
No.
There's no milk added in. Instead, it's sour cream, which adds a little bit of a tang. It helps. We use.
Oh, sorry.
I've never gotten flour on me. Are you serious?
Sorry.
I'm a baker. I get flour on me every day. Are you kidding me?
I don't usually do this much work every day and stirring like this.
Are you working up a sweat?
No, not yet, but I don't know if I'm doing this good.
You're doing a fantastic job.
All
See how
right.
it's incorporating?
Yes.
It is a dark cake. If I added this in, it would make it easier on
Yeah, thanks.
you. Here, let me get the spoon to actually. We don't want to waste anything, right?
No.
We want all the goodness. So when you use a lot of cakes, a lot of coffee cakes actually use baking powder. Baking powder has an acid already in it, so it reacts on its own. This has baking soda,
Okay.
and then uses the sour cream to make the mix acidic enough to make it react. Does it make sense?
It does.
It's science.
Okay. Looks good.
So just like Grandma used to make.
Yep.
You want some help?
I do. Thank you.
So this is what it looked like when Dawn was mixing it. I just want to make sure everybody sees,
It was getting there.
in case anyone in the family watches this, they can be like, that doesn't
Well, I'm
look
not as
anything like.
I'm not as strong.
Is that what you're
either.
gonna? Do not even pull that card. Women can do anything men can do, and even better.
I didn't say that. I just
Well, that's
said I
what you
wasn't
just
as
said. You weren't as
strong
strong
to,
as-
to do that quickly. I would have
Oh.
done it eventually.
So it's pretty thick. Do you remember that being the case too?
Yes.
Which is typical of a coffee cake.
Correct.
And
I think
this,
most table coffee cakes do like a layer. She did not do a layer. She
I know
just
you
did,
mentioned that it's got
Yep.
that nice dark color, and that is what it looks like after Baker Dave mixes it.
Thank
As you can
Baker
see, it's
Dave.
slightly more incorporated. Not a lot, just slightly more incorporated.
I was getting there.
It was getting there.
Let's get there.
You might want to get a glove for this because I could see this being a mess. I'm assuming you do like some butter and flour.
We just did butter.
You just do butter. Perfect.
But you're the pro.
No, whatever. I mean, a lot of times people put the flour on it too.
We could do
You
that.
eat it right out of the pan though,
We do.
so it's not necessary that it has to come out perfectly.
Correct. So I just
So grease
take
it up.
Grease it?
Yeah,
All
grease it
right.
up. Isn't that how you would do it? Take
Yeah.
like a handful and then go to town. You didn't have to wear a glove, but you're going to spend all day trying to clean that
Yes,
grease out
that's
of your
true.
fingernails.
Thank you so much.
Hey, that's any time, really. I mean it. Anytime you need, a pan greased, I'll take it to you and you can grease it for me. It'll be perfect.
Just bring a glove.
So, what's your future plans?
What's my future plans?
Yeah, like where are you going from here?
I don't even know. I guess I'll stay at Temple for a while. I hope I could say I can retire from here, but we'll see.
We'll see. But
Yeah.
okay, so let's move forward to retirement. Do you have a retirement plan? Do you have a
Actually,
beach house? You have some
We
place
have
you want to go to?
we have a boat.
Nice. You're going to sail around the world?
We might. Right now we're just sailing in the Delaware, which is fine.
It's good. You should probably get used to it now
Yes,
so you don't get
yes.
sick when
We're
you're
very,
out on like a 3-week jaunt.
Yeah. We're
If it
very,
helps any, we can twist it that way, and you can see the spot there that needed to still get greased.
I'm coming.
No, that's what I'm just saying. Like, so you want to make sure it's well greased. Sometimes it's hard to get the part that's closest to you. So if you flip it around, it makes it a little easier, right?
Yep.
Plenty of grease.
Yes.
Is it a sailboat? I just said sailboat. What kind of boat is it?
Actually, it's a power boat.
That's not a sailboat at all.
It is not. Goes pretty quick.
How quick is pretty quick? Are you racing it?
We're not racing, no. We're too old for racing.
I don't think there's an age on that. I feel
I
like the boat does all the work.
I'm
It's not
still-
like
Yeah, but I'm still a little...
as long as you can like
I'm still a
press a
little
button
nervous.
or like push the thing forward or whatever it is you do.
Yeah,
like,
I'm still a little nervous about going too fast.
why is that?
I don't know.
Can you
Just-
swim?
I can swim, yes.
Then you should be okay, right?
Yeah, I'm just worried about all the other people on the
They
river.
can't swim? A lot of rules when you're on the river.
Yes, there are.
You don't think of it that way, but there's
No, we
just
took
like
a-
when you're driving a car, there's all sorts of like
Yes, there are.
no wake zone and
So I've learned some things. I took a safety class.
how did that go?
It was good. My husband and I both took it at the same time. So we had to take a test, to get our certification. So I think
You need
I'm
that
more...
to do it?
Well,
Is
you're
that it?
supposed to, yes, because it's more of a what you're supposed to be doing on the river. Just like you're taking a driver's test, you sort of have to know
But
some
if you didn't
safety.
do that, no one's going to pull you
No,
over and
well,
give you a ticket?
they could.
I don't know how that works.
They could pull
Oh,
you
for
over
real?
and ask you if you've done something, and you might get a ticket. It all depends on what you're doing wrong.
Oh, there's like river police?
Oh, yes.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes.
I feel like it's the open
No,
seas.
there are river
Like they
police.
can't. You should be able to do whatever you want when you're on the water,
Yeah,
right?
and you have to have so many things in your boat for safety reasons, and so we learned so many things new when we took the test. I only got 4 wrong, and my husband got 5. So, Admiral.
So he'll never live that down. Is that what you're
No, he
saying?
won't. I say it all the time.
This was what, 8 years ago, and you're still talking about it, or I'm just saying?
No, this is last month.
Oh well, whatever. So then cinnamon sugar, just cinnamon sugar.
Yep.
Just for the top, right?
Correct.
Because that's super fun.
Yep.
Have you ever done streusel on here?
No.
We're not going to. I simply was asking if that's ever been a thing that. Coffee cake a lot of times has streusel on it. That's what makes me think of that.
Yeah.
Did you
we
eat
did
it
not.
for more than just breakfast?
We ate it whenever we had it. You know.
Seems like
yeah.
warm with some ice cream might be all right.
Yeah, it was really good all the time.
All right, we're gonna put this in our oven.
That was super easy.
Has it ever been that ezy?
No.
No?
No, because I had Granny telling me what to do.
Did she yell at you a lot?
Yeah, you were nicer.
Wow. Thanks, Granny.
But I do miss her.
Of course.
Yeah.
Even you want me to start yelling at you now?
No, it's okay.
If you give me some of her key phrases, I could just throw them out there right now.
I'm
You
good.
sure?
Yeah, better left. Better left untouched on that.
So that's gonna bake like what, 35, 45 minutes, probably about 45 minutes. A lot of times they're in bundt pans too. This isn't
Correct. She did not use a bun.
not a bundt pan. About 45 minutes. We're gonna let that bake, then we'll get back to that. All right, I think it might be about done.
Okie
I can
doke.
smell it.
Oh, it looks delicious. Oh, look at that. Granny would be proud.
Beautiful. So, as a child, did you play any sports or any musical instruments or anything? Anything fun like that?
Actually, I used to dance. I used to go to dancing school when I was younger, much younger.
So we're talking like the jig. What kind of?
Yeah,
what kind
now
of
I
dancing they had back in
did
the day?
tap and jazz and ballet.
Nice.
Yeah, but then when I hit a certain age, I stopped all that. In high school, I played badminton. That was an
Professionally?
exciting. Yeah, that was an exciting sport.
They have a high school badminton team. Who does
we
that?
We did.
I'm not even sure people that even know what badminton is. It's kind of
have
like
it here at
tennis.
Temple.
Do you? No, you do not.
Yes, they do have it at Temple.
They have a club sport badminton.
I don't know if it's a club sport, but
It's
they have
not
a
a real
class.
sport. Oh, it's a, someone would pay for that.
Yes, actually, my son's taking it.
Okay, so Melody, if you're listening, I don't think we should pay for a class for badminton because that seems ridiculous to me.
Well, luckily, I don't have to pay.
Well,
for
for you,
Jake's
right.
education, Sorry. Wow, look, it looks beautiful.
So we can get a piece. Maybe if we'd have floured it, it might come out a little easier. I mean, just saying.
Yeah, well, we didn't.
We didn't. Cut that in half, so we each get half.
Okay,
All right.
we're just picking it up.
Yeah. Well, did you have
Okay.
another plan?
Cheers. To
Cheers.
Granny. Delicious.
Instantly, I can smell the cinnamon. Mm-hmm. You know, like usually you have that like kind of wave, and maybe you don't smell the cinnamon. Like bring it up to I instantly smell and taste the cinnamon. This is delicious.
It is delicious. Thank you, Baker Jane.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you for joining us here on Baker Dave Presents. And a special thank you to Dawn Ramos and her granny for this delicious sour cream coffee cake recipe. Join us again next time on Baker Dave Presents. And remember, every recipe has a story.